the steadiness, the absolute steadfastness of her love. "It is so. If you ever are despairing of my nature, I would want you to let me know. I feel your sadness sometimes, my love, the ache in your heart. Don't, Mikhail. It's not because of you or because of us. Like any woman who has found her true life mate, I want children. I can't complain. We have our daughter Savannah, so precious to both of us, and much more than many other of our women are gifted with. If we never have another, I have been lucky enough to have one child, as well as the only man who could ever make me happy. You and Savannah are enough for me." Mikhail wished they were home, where he could pull her into his arms and kiss her soundly. He ached with love for her more than he cared to admit, and he could hear and feel the desire in her to hold a child in her arms. It was his greatest failure, not only in his duty to his life mate, but also in his duty to his people. After hundreds of years, he still couldn't protect his people from their greatest threat. Not vampires or the mage, not modern society, not even the lack of emotion in the males after 200 years and the ever-present darkness creeping into their souls. He couldn't protect them from what he was beginning to believe might be the very extinction of their species. "Mikhail." Raven whispered his name in his mind, a soft sound of utter love and compassion. "You will find the answers for our people. You've accomplished so much already by bringing such great minds together in an effort to solve this problem, and 3 babies have survived in the last few years. We kept Savannah. Francesca and Gabriel have Tamara, and now there is Corinne and Diane's child, Jennifer. 3 girls, my love. There is yet hope." Mikhail was silent, wanting to roar his despair to the heavens. 3 female children when so many of the men of his species were without hope. To survive, to maintain honor, they had no choice but to find the one woman who would complete their soul, bring light to their darkness. Without a woman, they had nothing but an endless, barren existence. "That's not so," Raven objected. "Many have found their life mates among my people." "A handful, Raven. Why can't I find the answer when I have such great minds working on the problem? We need women and children, or our kind will cease to exist." After the assassination attempt on his life, more than anything else, Mikhail feared their enemies would realize just how fragile the Carpathian race had become. With so many against them, it would only take one to realize where the true vulnerability of the Carpathian race lay, the absence of women and children. So far, all the strikes had been directed against the men, but sooner or later their enemies would realize that to kill the species, they had only to kill the women and children. The thought of Raven, his beloved life mate, or his precious daughter, Savannah, as a target was almost more than he could bear, but it was inevitable. The enemy had joined together with the dark mage and had found a way to hide their presence, making them doubly dangerous. No longer could the Carpathians rely on their ability to read minds and sense a threat. They must be more vigilant than ever. Even now Mikhail scanned the forest below them warily, unable to relax completely. "Mikhail, you have closed your mind to mine." He forced his thoughts back to their conversation. It was bad enough that he could not console his life mate over losing a child, let alone stay on track with such an important topic. "You have lived with us only 50 years, and already you have suffered the loss of a child. Can you imagine the great sorrow in 100 years? 200? Our women cannot suffer these losses without severe repercussions. Shay believes she and Gary are much closer to finding the answers. Gabrielle is now helping as well," Raven reminded him. Gary was human, and Gabrielle had been. Recently, to save her life, Gabrielle had undergone the conversion, but she had worked tirelessly, even before the change, to aid Shay in finding out why.